Hello, hello. Welcome to my stream. Tonight we are feeling a zentangle kind of vibe. It's reaching to get water. We may use some water tonight. That right there. Some shading later. And let's make sure I'm here. All right, let's get started. All right, let's get started. We're just going to slowly gather our thoughts. And the music playing, I'm going to turn it down quiet. Yes. Tonight I'm using some pencil and some ink. And as I started to draw this zentangle mandala type of thing, I had an idea come into my mind on what I am thinking about doing with this drawing. Something a little different, just a wee bit. Going with the curve of my hand here. And what I don't like, I'll use my kneaded eraser to pick up the lines I don't like with no residue and no eraser crumbles. I don't like eraser crumbles. I think there's a name for that, but I'm not sure what it is. So it looks like I kind of wait to see how the night feels sometimes before I know what I'm going to draw. And tonight feels like an eye night. We're going to draw an eye. I shouldn't say we. I suppose there's only one of me, so I should say I. But if you want to draw along, then it would be we. Oui, monsieur. Okay. So this is just my little sketchbook, and I just started with an oval that I traced, and then some circles I made with using a protractor. And then I just took my pencil and decided that these circles look like an eye. So I'm going to zentangle out, but it's going to have an eye in the center. And I think that would be really fun and something different. Um, and for eyelashes, we can do triangles. We'll do like, we'll start here. Now what I want to do is have them kind of evenly spaced in the style of zentangle. So I'm drawing a line to just kind of put it where I want my eyelashes to wind up. Now I'm going to switch over to a pen because I've got my idea pretty good. And let's start drawing. And we're just going to use our ink, just very, very mellow. I had a good day today. Went to the beach and I swam in the ocean. It was really, really warm. The ocean right now is 85 degrees. Excuse me, 85 degrees where I live. And it's very, very warm in the Gulf. But the water still felt a bit cool. In the summer, the Gulf can get very, very warm to the point where it's more like a hot bathtub. All right, let's finish the circle. Oh, welcome, Antonio. Hello. And Ashu Banghojong. Hi. So thank you for joining my stream tonight. We're just kind of having a mellow night and feeling, trying to just feel our soul, like a mellow kind of vibe. That's what we want to do. We just want to have a nice, mellow kind of vibe. Just relax. Oh, thank you for those hearts. Oh, Mike Hale Army. That's probably wrong. Michael Ramy. Thank you. And thank you for joining the stream. Antonio, thank you. Yes, I decided to do a zentangle, but sometimes I get like, while I'm starting to draw, I get a picture in my head like, oh, this sounds like it'd be kind of a cool thing to draw. And so then I do that thing and just go with the flow. And we're starting with our one eyelash, which is kind of triangular. This is going to be really cool. I'm already excited about it. And I'm following my pencil line and doing little bottom eyelashes in the Zentangle style, like that. Nothing too crazy, just a few. And, but hard edges. Yes. Oh, thank you, Antonio. I wish you could too. I don't know how to do that yet. I could use it too. I quit all my jobs and just decided to be an artiste. And I have been doing murals at a restaurant up here in Florida. I should say down here in Florida. But I'll have to figure out how to do that, Antonio. I appreciate that from you. Thank you. All right, so I'm just going up to, I drew a pencil line here to guide me with the eyelashes. And now I just have to kind of follow this curvy triangular pattern along here because we want to have some tangly but pretty eyelashes. Maybe they're pretty, maybe they're not. Usually the eyelashes in the middle are bigger and then they start going the other way on a real eye, but being that this is Zentangle, I'm just going to stick to my pattern. See here, I faltered in my thoughts, and you can see how my pattern changed. And when I'd made up my mind, now my pattern's really cool again. So it's funny how your mind really does affect, like the way you think affects how you perform, how you react and do things every day. And there's Michael or Mikhail. I love to draw eyes. Oh, that's so cool. Me too. Freehand, free live. Very cool. You must be an artist yourself. Now, some eyes, we're just going to do lines here because we should do like curvy lines. I'm going to make curvy lines because eyes are usually round. And if you do curvy lines, make those curvy. It'll make our eye look more realistic. So, but we're gonna have lots of lines. And put those in there. I'm trying not to have too much quiet time because, but I don't have music playing. I have some music. Thank you for that. Aw, thank you. I have music playing, but it cuts out the sound of my voice, or my voice cuts out the sound of the music, and then it sounds choppy. So I decided to, it's on, but it's really low, so you probably can't hear the music. So I'm just going to talk. And usually I like to, when I'm drawing it, I in a hyper focus mode. I don't know if you ever do that hyper focus. Oh, thank you so much, Mike. Mikhail? Is it Mick or Mike? I'm gonna go with Mick because there's no E. And I'm getting ink all over me. I didn't put a paper down to keep myself from getting my hand in the ink. But we're gonna say that adds some shadowing, which will be cool. Anyway, so we'll go with that. Now, no two eyeballs are the same. So every eye has its own unique qualities and colors and shapes. I mean, yes, technically they're all round, but they also have their own vision. I think I'll do that. I got to get a pattern here. When you zentangle, the patterns are what counts. So I'm making like little triangles in the eyeball area that I just made. Let's see this way, I guess. Because we want to have a pattern and try not to be all over the place, which is how I think. It's all over the place. Yes, like a mandala, exactly. In fact, I was going to draw a mandala tonight, and that's kind of how I started. But then this eye just popped out at me, and I love drawing eyes as well. So I thought, well, what better way to zen than an eyeball? And I'm changing some of the direction here. Now, one thing that's pretty cool that I like doing, now this can all be black. These are my highlights I left in here. But instead of using my pen and kind of totally going, like filling this in with ink, I am going to use my little trick I developed. Okay, this is the bottom of the eye, the pupil, the really big pupil. It's at night, and this eyeball is outside trying to see in the dark. So here I'm just putting ink down because we're going to use this ink. And I haven't done it on an eyeball yet, but we are going to use this ink for shading the pupil and filling in that dark area. And I got to remember not to hold my pen too tight. I do that. I just squeeze it really hard, like my life depends on it, like I'm drowning or something, and this pen is going to save my life. So I have to remember not to grip it so tight. And it already feels better. Put lots of ink around here. Oh, thank you for those hearts. Core shadow. Oh, you've got the terms. Right on, Mick. Yeah, the core shadow. I like that. I just draw. I would love to have a class or some, like going for some education where you get a degree or some type of scholarly recognition to help understand art better and terminology and different views and stuff like that. This pen is not flowing. That's why I'm going back and forth a lot. I'm going to change out my pen to a different number 10. But in the meantime, let's get some water in our dish. Doesn't take too much. And then I use a paintbrush. And this is how I shade it in. I just grab that ink, check this out, and watch how great this fills in that eyeball. Just moving that ink around. Lots of ink gives you more darkness and a better, as Mick put it, core shadow. I am weak in English because I am Arab from Egypt. Oh, very cool. That's opic. What's opic? Epic or optic? Whoops. I just did my a blip. That happens sometimes. So yeah, so now just some water and ink will make this all nice and shaded in. Isn't that great? Not glazing style in a academy. Very nice. So I'm going to bring up some more of this ink this way because it's still wet. So I'm trying to just move it around on the paper a little bit. And then we'll do an outline. Oops, I've got hair on there. Kind of an outline around the outside of that. And you got to really also control your water flow. If you get too much water, your ink is going to go all over the place. So you got to really control it. And it takes a while to get the feel of working with ink as a medium for shading. As you can see, I'm using my pointer liner brush and I went over right there because it was upside down. Now up here is always a little shaded more anyway on eyes. So we're going to do that. We're going to just kind of bring this down in a shadowy kind of way. I'm loving this already. This is really zenning me out. Don't draw using real black or real white. Yes, that is what I have learned as well, not to use um, black. I do use white for highlights, and I do use black more now than I used to because there are times I really want to get a really good uh, dark, dark under dark shadow to pop the whites and lights out. Hmm. Okay, now this, I'm gonna have it nice and dark around the eyes as well. And I'm using lots of ink. And it's nice it doesn't have to be perfect because when you're using the water, every time I talk, my voice starts getting all weird. I'm talking too much. I think I'm not breathing. Whew. Good air in, bad air out. What's the flow, yo? I think I should get a shorter tip might help. But I already started with this brush, so this is the brush it's going to be tonight. Now just watch how this just brings all this ink together. And I'm just going to pull it all the way around this eye and right there. Isn't that awesome? And there's a bunch of ink. You can see it in the water probably. Okay. Now I want to keep this white. I think that looks really cool white. And I'm going to erase some of the ink I used. The pencil marks I used earlier. Clean it up a little bit, including my guideline up here. And I do use a kneaded eraser. These things are awesome. They don't leave any residue on your paper. And you can use these for like a century. They're awesome. You can make it so it is in a fine little point for tiny little um, cleanups, or you can flatten it out into a flat, however you want. What is this, Kelsey? Hi, Jane Raid. Oh my gosh, hi. I can see you. We're zentangling an eyeball here. Oh, how awesome, you guys. How was your night? I was watching for a while, a couple times today, but I took time to go to the beach. And Mick, for this piece, I was thinking we could use two main watercolor techniques, wet on wet and glazing. This will help us control the values perfectly instead of using solid black or pure white. Wow, you sound like you know what you're doing. All right. This is just plain paper and it's not even meant for water. So I'm just gonna use this, but yeah, you can narrate for me, Nick, because you sound like you know what you're talking about there. I might use a little pink watercolor. I usually have one other color in my drawings. Like I'll use black ink and then shade it up, and then I'll throw in one color, usually red or pink. I love pink or fuchsia, which is kind of all in the red family. Now I'm just trying to keep the lower lashes light colored. So I'm going slowly around the bottom eyelashes for shading. Oops, my phone is low power. I've got to plug it in. All right, give me 1 second. Gotta grab ah my power cord for my phone because the battery likes to go out at the worst possible times. Does anyone else's phone do that? It gets charged, and you don't need it, and then as soon as you need it, it's just like, oh, I decided not to be charged anymore. All right. So you'll hear a little noise and stuff as I try to. Uh, Normally, I'm prepared for this kind of thing in advance, but like I said, I went to the beach. All right, power is going. We are good to go. And I did swim in the water, and it was amazing. And I did not see any dolphins. The water was um, quite rough, but there were some pretty big swells. That I was out there back floating on those swells like I was a mermaid made in the sea. There's a lot of tourists today. Okay, now we have plenty of black to play with. Look at that. And I'm just going to let it flow where it wants to go right now. Hopefully in a down direction. Oh God, hi, sweetie. How are you? Any concerts this week, or are you done for a while? Well, you said you were packed last week, right? This is fun. I love working with the ink for shading. I just like watching it do its thing, you know? Okay. Now I want to have these be all black, but I don't want to take all night. We are going to have, excuse me, some other designs. Horror. What's horror? Let's get this guy way up here. He's kind of off kilt, but I need something to be dramatic. That is going to flow into another part of this drawing. And I've got a lot of water on here, more than I should. Kelsey, you said Jang Raid, but no one else said hello. Very cool. And is Tony, are you here? I'm having a total Zen evening, just kind of relaxing after today was like, I think it was 89, feels like 99. And this was like after 5, so it was even hotter than that this afternoon. I don't even know. It's just crazy hot. We're having a nice drought. Here in Florida, it's really dry, lots of fires. It's been kind of a bummer. Okay, we're just shading this up. I think maybe we should draw some more stuff here. I'd like to have, I want to put my hand on something and I don't have any paper. So I'm going to use my clear palette that I use for paint. Ta-da! And that way I can put it down on here and draw without smudging. Okay, so now I decided on some floral enhancements. And so we're going to start with that one. Okay, let's do kind of a big old flower petal here. And we'll do another big old flower petal. So, Nick, what time is it in Egypt right now? Is it night? Big old flower petals. I know the time difference is quite a lot. Mm, Big center here. We have some big petals. Big fat, juicy flower petals. Put a little lines in the petals. And let's do that over here. Keeping with the flow, yo. We can't really see what's under my hand while I am drawing. whilst I am drawing. Does anyone ever use that word anymore? Whilst? Whilst. You can use it in poetry. Okay. And then I'm going to turn this upside down. And from my pretend border, which I can later enhance, I'll do some flower petals from here. But different kind of flower petals. We're going to do longer ones. But you all know I'm a sucker for color. I'll probably wind up putting yellow in here. Angel, hello! Flower color or black and white? Probably be black and white for tonight. I could spend like the whole day and night just coloring, drawing flowers and coloring flowers. But it's zentangle, so not as much color. And this is more of an oval kind of thing tonight rather than. How are you doing tonight, Angel? I'm so glad you're back. How awesome. Oh, let's see. I'm back at my table. I'm so glad. I was up in Pennsylvania streaming without all my stuff, and I had my phone duct taped to a box so I could stream. And then I thought after that um, about taping it to a. It was like a cup. And so I had a lot of duct tape going on while I was in Pennsylvania. And then I came back and was out of my groove. And I forgot to stream one night, and I was too tired to stream another night. And then Tuesday, I was looking for sea turtles. So that was fun. Okay. It looks like people are commenting here. A dark. My Mick, that's white, make a dark in that places. Um, I think I know what you mean. I'll work on that. And again, I'm squeezing my pen like my life depends on it. I was watching a video of an artist today earlier, and she started singing. I was like, oh my goodness, is that what I sound like? So remind me if you hear me start singing, you can remind me that, hey, by the way, did you know you're singing? Because it did not sound beautiful. She did it. I'm like, oh, if that's what I sound like, I better not sing in my streams. Now I made that flower base a little smaller than the other ones, but that's okay. In art, everything is subjective and interpretive. Let's see, I want to have another line going around evenly, but until then, I want to fill in these spaces in the center and just kind of, oh my gosh, I love using this ink and water technique. I got a lot of water on this brush, way too much. can see the water moving around. But I wanted it to last. I didn't want to have to keep going back to the dish, but I guess it's better if you do that. You have more control. Tonight I'm more about the process rather than the results. Because when we're Zentangling, we want to focus on our process more because it's a release of your feelings. It's a release of tension. And if you're tense about making mistakes, then you're defeating the whole point of mandalas and zentangles because it's there to help you not worry about things and just focus on the pattern. And when I focused on the pattern, my art turned out a lot better than when I didn't. Okay, I got lots of water. See how it made it darker? So just go ahead and bring that up a little bit more. I like the intensity of the darkness against the white. Mick, did you have Mick from Egypt? Did you have schooling for art? If you're still with me here. Okay, now this has a very, very pointy point, and I need something with a little less point. Let's see if I can find a shorter brush here. Finding the perfect brush sometimes can be kind of a challenge. But once you find the perfect brush, then just kind of hang on to it because, um, what part did I need it for? I don't even remember. Oh well, I'll try this one out for a minute. I don't remember where I was. I stopped for 2 seconds and my ADD brain went right out the door. Forgot why I even wanted it. Must have been for some good reason. Mikhail. Oh, Mikhail is your name, and Rami is your last name. Okay, gotcha. I definitely want color in here. I am like dying right now that I need color. And I have some pens. Just a second. And I want to pick a colored pen. I love this container I got from, I don't know, maybe it was like the Dollar General, but it has all these compartments you can put things in. And it's very handy. I like the spinning on it. I think it was like $5. And maybe yellow for, yeah, I think yellow tonight. I'm feeling yellow. Mikhail. Yeah, you need not color, you need value. I need more value. I don't have enough value. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. Nothing worse than not having enough value. All right. I'll bring our little paper back here again. I'm using the shorter, stumpier paintbrush right now. I'm seeing if I can have a little bit more control. Nope, that's not working at all. It's not holding water. Stick to this guy. We're used to him. We'll get a little bit of shading around these flowers. And where should I put the value, Mikhail? That's like Michael. All right. But definitely this eye is screaming at me right now. I'm going to add some of this yellowy color. It looks like it's yellow, but it's more of an amber, I think. I just kind of want to accentuate this eye right now because that's what I'm feeling, and I'm just going with how I'm feeling. And that's how my art likes to grow. In fact, I'm still working on selling my octopus painting. Does anyone remember that? Hugh. um, Yay, laughter. A very quiet night. Do I have anyone watching? I think I have like 3 people. Sometimes I seriously, seriously wonder. But Boat God, you always keep me streaming. One sock fishy left us, but you're still here. If you leave me, what am I gonna do? I think this thing's running out of ink, which would be bad because I won't be able to copy this color. Mikhail, you're here. Thank you. This is so cool. Oh, yay, the ink's coming out. We're back in business. Yes, so you can be my teacher here tonight, Mikhail. I'm warming up the ink with the palm of my hand because my palm is really sweaty, but it's working, making the ink come out. So yay. Well, this is fun. I'm liking this. Bring this back down here so you can see it better. What shall we do next? Your video is so impressive. Wow, thank you. I appreciate that very much. I know it's too stark white around here, but that's okay. We'll get to that in a little bit. But right now, I'm thinking, what do I want to do on the bottom of this eye? I'm not feeling flowers really. Maybe I'll just put some value right around the, where's my little, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna darken this up a little bit. It's just so white. And pulling with just the water on the paintbrush. Look at that, it pulled that ink right up. Now I have it darker here. Very nice. And I'm going to go for it and pull some of this up here to get rid of some of the white. We could do patterns in the eyes, but I just don't want to have it too crazy there because the eye obviously is the focal point. So I want to bring this out here. This is very fun. If you haven't tried this yet, playing like draw with the ink and then get a paintbrush and pull the ink around, it is super fun to watch it. It's just, I don't know why, it's just one of those, it's like watercolor, but with just ink. And you can use it with any ink. You can use it with whoops, that's a lot of water and not enough ink. Dry that up, right it. And you can use any color of ink with your water and it'll spread it around, which is really fun to do. Okay, now my page is wet, so my ink is going to be really dark when I draw on it. And bring it right. Mikhail, you're funny. White, red, listen to music, search. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Nice. I don't know. I'm just feeling like fiery kind of weirdness right now. A little bit of weirdness on the side. So this isn't like a pattern set in stone like your typical zentangle. It's more of a free flow. And pulling that down just for some shadowing. Shadowing? We're rendering. That's the artist word is render. Render me this. Render me that. Cool. Okay. So now we can do some more flowers, I think, at the bottom. And I'm not going to do roses because then I'll start thinking red. So I think I'll do just those styles, same style we have up there to complete this awesome Zentangly eyeball thing. It's more of a drawing, I think, tonight, but that's okay. You have to start somewhere, and if you don't know what to draw, just start somewhere, and then take it from there. It'll develop. Your creativity will start to flow. But if you don't start, your creativity won't be able to do anything because you'll be stifling it. So just draw a line, draw a circle. It doesn't even have to have any form at first. If you don't know what to draw, just draw shapes. Draw a bunch of circles, draw a bunch of squares. If you're feeling like a triangle, draw triangles or swirlies. If you can't draw a stick figure, draw a stick figure. Okay, that's kind of nice. Now for some lines, just to fill in the space. I think we'll just do the one line there. I'll try turning my music up and see if you can hear it. Let's see. You can tell me. Oh, I have 12 likes. Oh, yay. Mikhail, yes, make a simple shape. The optic line, make it a carton and kill value. That sounds cool. I don't know what you mean, but it sounds cool. Yes, it's a masterpiece. That's how they begin. Just a shape. And my paper is starting to shrivel up a little bit. And control the water. I'm trying to get some of the water off of the base, but keep it on the tip. And then darken up this line around the bottom. And we'll do the same on this side. And keep going. Thank you, Mikhail. I need a cheer team, that's for sure. And hearts. I need hearts. Where's my hearts? That's awesome. I had a Jang raid, but only Kelsey showed up to the party. All right, so that's fun. Now I think what I want to do is just, I'm going to add some swirlies to finish this up. Now this is in the true style of zentangle. Yeah, that's a fat one. Get them out a little bit. So I feel like swirlies now. So we'll add a couple little swirlies and just take it out away from, being contained. You got to get it out of the box. Ah, what is that? What is that red thing? Paper. Oopsie. Oh, Well, that's cool. I think I'll throw in a heart for myself. I do that sometimes. Candy, hi, Candy. Hey, welcome to my stream. How are you tonight? And we're zentangling an eyeball. My pen is skipping, the ink is skipping a little bit. I don't like when my ink skips. Candy, Heart Art, she is the best. Pretty good. We are setting up JoJo. Oh, good. That's right. He's on the same time I am. Yeah, I want to watch him again. 'Cause I'm almost done actually. I'm starting earlier now, so I can be more involved in other things. Usually when I stream from 9 to 10, I'm so tired by the time I'm done. Uh, I won't get done till like, you know, 10 or 11 sometimes. Now, this looks like a mess, but actually, I'm just giving myself some medium to play with this water, with the ink, because when I add the water, it's going to fill in all of this. I can't really see where the tip is of my brush, so I gotta guess. There it is. So this is turning out a lot bigger than I planned on. I definitely need a smaller brush. All right. Mm, Gotta be one somewhere. Try this one. Yeah, this one's better. Getting it all over the place. That brush is really great for long lines, but for doing short bits like this, you want a little smaller brush. And I'm just pulling that ink around. And I don't have to spend an hour filling it in with my pen or a shading brush. I can just use my paintbrush and water to fill in the darkness. And down here, I don't even have to really add any other ink. I can just use what I already have. And this will give us a little lighter shadow, not quite as dark. And we can always darken it up if we want to, though. Okay, Rachel, focus on the process, the process, the process. Maybe I'll put a flower right down here. There's that whole empty space crying for attention. I gotta hold the paper nice and still. Yeah, this is so fun. Okay, I think we're oh Candy. The eye is gorgeous. Thank you. And your husband is live right now. Okay. Um, you're starting later at 10 now. Okay. Well, I'm on Eastern time too, so um, you're on Mountain time, Mountain Standard. Okay. Oh, Colorado. Colorado is one place I've never been. I wish I could have skied there. I used to ski and all the time. I'd go up to Whistler. Um, and ski every year. Like 20 years ago, I used to do this, and it was a blast. But I've never been to Colorado. I wanted to ski Aspen, but it would have been really fun. But now that I don't know if I'll ever ski again, actually. I think I should ski at least one more time in my life. I don't think I'm ready to hang up my boots yet, my ski boots. Hi, Michael, you're still here. I love the effect you get with the water. Very cool. Is that watercolor book? This is actually, I will tell you what I'm doing. I started with zentangle, and what I do is I just use a number 10 Pilot pen because it's very good flow of ink. And then I take a paintbrush, dip it in the water, and just spread the ink around, and it works almost just like watercolor. And I discovered this one time when I was trying to do watercolor. Like I had done an ink design and I put watercolor in it. And when I went to wet the watercolor, the black ink just spread everywhere. So now, instead of, fighting it, I work with it to get lines and shadows really fast. Very, very fun, very helpful. I don't know if you can even see that. I'm trying to just use the tip of this. This has a very good point on it, which is really great when you're needing a point. I just zoned out for a minute. Add a little bit of shading to that, or a lot. Now, the way I'm angling my brush, it gives us a whole different effect. Kind of a fatter effect. I'm just gonna make some bubbles. Nothing better than a few good bubbles. Like, look at my new eye. What does that say? Boss level. And Candy, we've been, oh, whoop. Oh God, you're still here. Yay. You're making your bed. Yes. Good girl. Why are you making your bed when it's bedtime? You are so studious. You're going to be the smartest thing, I tell you. All right, now time for some Rachel doodles. That's what I'm calling them now, Rachel doodles. All right, woohoo. Candy, 12 years. Oh, you do love it in Colorado. That's good. That's good. Massachusetts. You're from Boston? Do you have a Boston accent, Candy? I went through there. I was visited Maine, and it was so funny because everyone in Massachusetts or Boston leaves off the R and uses an A instead. Like went down to the harbor, got some lobster, parked the car down in the harbor. So yeah, I'm just using ink and water and a paintbrush, and that is making the shading just from the ink, because when ink gets wet, it spreads all over the place, usually when you don't want it to, but now that I know it does it, I use it to my advantage. And I did come up with a name for it, although I cannot remember for the life of me what it was. I had someone on here one time and she helped me make a name for this type of shading. Oh, thank you. Um, Mick, you changed your profile to your art? Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh God, you like sleeping with clean sheets. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Well, I was just saying most people make their bed in the morning, so rather than at night, but you can make it anytime. Clean sheets are the best to sleep in. Candy, no accent, but born and raised there. Really? Well, that's interesting. I have a girlfriend. She lived in Boston for, well, in Massachusetts somewhere, and every once in a while her accent comes out. It's really funny when it does. And I'm just gonna go outside the bubbles. So it's kind of like a watery effect. I'll have to get my tarot read from your husband. I haven't had it done since 10 years ago. I could use a good reading. And we're just letting this ink flow. Just kind of wherever it wants to go right now. A little bit of direction, but oh, so the question about the paper I'm using, this is actually, what is this? This is, it's just for dry media. Although you can see I always use watercolor. This one I had sparkles. This one I did last year. Um, and I had to add color to it. That was fun. And then this zentangle here was kind of like the I don't know, I just this one was more pencil and ink and more circles, but pretty fun. But this eye is really catching me tonight. So this is where it's at. And I kind of want to have like dark on the outside of this. I don't want it to be all white on the outside. So I'm going to add a lot of hearts. I like hearts. That's a weird looking heart. And then we'll add some ink to that and watch it flow just on the outside of the hearts. And use a lot of water. And I'm getting the water spread around where I want it to go in advance, and then I'll touch the ink on the outside of the hearts. That'll just naturally bring the ink into the water where I already put it. Well, this has been a very nice night. I've really enjoyed spending time with you. Thank you so much for joining me and following my entire night. Mikhail, thank you. You've been here the whole time. And Boat God, I'm so happy you were able to join me and keep those sheets clean. I should probably do mine now. And I'll sign my name. And I have been doing a mural, and I do still have to post some more videos from the mural I did. All right, there you have it. There is our Zentangly eye. It started out this way, but when I added circles, I'm like, I see an eyeball, so I had to do that. So Mike, let me look. I got a Mikhail. Let me see your, if I can see your. Let's see. I don't know if I can see it that close or not. Um, Candy, no accent. Oh, I already read that. Oh God, you know I will. 5/28/26. You know I always want the date. 5/28/26. Thank you. I'll throw that right in there. You guys have been so great. Thank you for joining me tonight. Mikhail, I hope you join me again. I usually stream every Tuesday and Thursday night now around 8:30, 8:45. Um, and I try to stream some other times and post videos from other things, but I don't always get to. So I'm just going to turn the camera around. There we go. Hi. So thank you for joining me. This is what I look like. And I just want to say thank you and have a great night, you guys. And we'll see you next time.